The African bush is a place of incredible beauty and constant danger. Under the vast, star-filled sky of Kruger National Park, the air cools and a different world awakens. This is a time when hunters are on the prowl. Everything changes when the sun goes down. Most animals head for safety, but for others, the night is their prime time to find a meal. The sounds of the day, like chirping birds and chattering monkeys, are replaced by the deep calls of distant lions and the rustling of unseen creatures in the undergrowth. It's a world that demands respect and constant awareness from all its inhabitants. On a recent night drive, field guide Mfundo Nyambi was exploring these hidden corners of the park. He was hoping to show his guests something truly special. The beam of his spotlight cut through the darkness, searching the landscape for any sign of movement. Suddenly the light caught a flicker. Not just one animal, but a whole family. A mother and father porcupine were leading their two small spiky babies, known as porcupets, across an open patch of ground. They were on a mission, foraging for roots and fallen fruit, a seemingly ordinary family outing in the wild. The scene was incredibly charming. The little porcupets trotted along, trying their best to keep up with their much larger parents. They were still learning the ways of the bush, their quills not yet as long or as formidable as those of the adults. The parents moved with a slow, deliberate pace, constantly sniffing the air and listening for any hint of danger. Their protective instincts were on high alert, as they knew that the night held many threats for a young family just trying to find its next meal. Every snap of a twig or distant call would make them pause. This peaceful family scene was about to be shattered. From the shadows, another creature was watching them with intense focus. A leopard, the master of stealth and ambush, had spotted the porcupines from a distance. Leopards are powerful and opportunistic hunters, known for their incredible patience and explosive strength. This one saw the porcupine family not as a charming sight, but as a potential meal. It began to stalk them, using the darkness and the cover of the bushes to get closer, its every muscle tensed for the perfect moment to strike. The stage was set for a dramatic encounter. The leopard moved with a silence that was almost supernatural. It was a young male, powerful and confident, a true predator in its element. Each paw was placed with extreme care to avoid making a sound. The big cat used every bit of cover available, slinking low to the ground, its spotted coat providing the perfect camouflage against the dappled moonlight and shadows. Its eyes, glowing like embers in the dark, never left the porcupine family. The leopard was calculating its odds, trying to figure out the best way to get past the formidable defenses of the adults to reach the more vulnerable porcupets. Mfundo Nyambi and his guests held their breath, witnessing a raw moment of nature unfold. He switched off his engine to avoid disturbing the scene. The only sounds were the gentle night breeze and the soft footsteps of the porcupines, who were still unaware of the mortal danger lurking just meters away. The leopard continued its slow, deliberate approach, closing the distance inch by inch. It was a masterclass in stealth hunting, a display of the incredible skills that make leopards one of Africa's most successful predators. The tension was almost unbearable. Suddenly, the leopard made its move. It exploded from the shadows, a blur of spots and muscle, aiming to separate one of the small porcupets from its parents. The attack was swift and decisive, a tactic designed to cause panic and confusion. The leopard hoped to isolate the weakest member of the group before the parents could mount a proper defense. For a split second, it seemed as though the hunt would be over before it even began. The speed and power of the leopard were truly awesome to behold, a stark reminder of the brutal reality of life and death in the wild. But the porcupine parents were not caught off guard for long. Their reaction was instantaneous and incredibly brave. As the leopard lunged, the mother and father immediately spun around, presenting a formidable wall of sharp, black and white quills. They didn't run, they didn't scatter. Instead, they stood their ground, forming a protective barrier between the predator and their precious young. Their bodies bristled, their quills standing erect, turning them from simple foragers into living fortresses. The hunt was far from over. The real battle had just begun. The parents' defense was a masterclass in teamwork and courage. They positioned themselves perfectly, keeping their two terrified porcupets huddled safely between them. With their backs to the leopard, they presented an impenetrable wall of daggers. The father began to stomp his feet and rattle his shorter, hollow tail quills, creating a loud, menacing sound designed to intimidate the attacker. The mother stood beside him, her own quills raised, moving in sync with her partner. They were a united front, a prickly barrier that the leopard would have to be very careful about breaching. The leopard was persistent. It circled the family, looking for any gap, any moment of weakness. It was clearly frustrated, but also cautious. Leopards are intelligent hunters, and this one knew that a single misplaced paw could result in a face full of quills. A serious injury from a porcupine quill can be fatal, leading to infection or preventing the leopard from being able to hunt again. So, it prodded and probed, feinting and lunging, trying to find a way to get past the adult's impressive defense without getting hurt in the process. The tension was at its peak. The leopard would dart in, and the porcupines would respond by charging backward, a brilliant and effective defensive maneuver. They were using their most dangerous weapon, their sharp rear quills, to drive the predator away. With every charge, the leopard had to leap back quickly to avoid being impaled. It was a dangerous dance between predator and prey, a standoff where the supposed prey was fighting back with incredible ferocity and strategy. The bravery of the parents was astonishing as they repeatedly put themselves in harm's way. After several intense minutes, the leopard started to show signs of giving up. It had tried every trick it knew: ambush, speed, and intimidation. But the porcupine's defense was simply too good. Every attempt to get close was met with a wall of pain. The leopard sat down a short distance away, watching the family with a look of pure frustration. It was a powerful reminder that in the wild, size and strength aren't everything. Courage, teamwork, and a really good defense can make all the difference, even for a small animal against a mighty predator. The leopard, having weighed the risk against the potential reward, finally made its decision. The meal was not worth the high price of a serious injury. With a final, frustrated glance at the prickly family, the big cat rose to its feet. It let out a low growl, more of a sigh of disappointment than a threat, and then turned and melted back into the darkness from which it had come. The immediate danger had passed. The silence that followed was profound, broken only by the sound of the wind and the pounding hearts of everyone who had witnessed the encounter. Once the leopard was gone, the porcupine family did not relax immediately. The parents remained on high alert, their quills still partially raised, as they scanned the darkness, ensuring the threat had truly disappeared. They stood guard for a few more moments, a testament to their unwavering vigilance. Then, slowly, they began to calm down. The parents gently nudged their porcupets, reassuring them that they were safe. The family then regrouped and, as one, slowly continued their journey into the night, their bravery having won them another day. For Mfundo and his guests, it was an unforgettable sighting. They had witnessed something far more profound than a simple hunt. They saw a powerful display of family loyalty and incredible courage. The porcupine parents had risked everything to protect their young, facing down one of Africa's most formidable predators without hesitation. It was a raw, unfiltered look into the heart of the wild, showcasing the lengths to which parents will go to ensure the survival of their offspring. This was nature at its most dramatic and most inspiring. This epic showdown teaches us a powerful lesson. It reminds us that in nature, as in our own lives, unity and courage are immense sources of strength. The porcupines won not because they were the strongest, but because they worked together, stood their ground, and refused to back down. They showed us that family is a fortress, and that with love and bravery, even the smallest among us can stand up to the greatest of challenges. It's a beautiful and humbling reminder of the enduring power of family bonds in the wild.